Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for liking, for subscribing, for sharing. You know how much I genuinely appreciate it. It helps the channel grow, so I'm extremely grateful. Thank you to all of you who've bought me coffees. I have so much gratitude and appreciation to all of you. Thank you very much. And to all of you who've emailed me for personal private readings, thank you very much. I truly enjoy those just as much as I do enjoy the readings for the channel. As you know, I do not have set prices. I give you the readings that you need. They're as long as they need to be, and you pay what you can afford, because I believe everybody should have access to a personal private reading. Today I was guided to do pick a card reading. It's a timeless reading, so you can come back to this as often as you'd like. And it's, what do your guides want you to know about a question that you currently have? So we have 3 different piles you can pick from. Each pile is actually with 2 oracle cards that are going to help us. So you can pick the piles based on you like number 1, you like number 2, or you like number 3, based on the crystals, or based on the pictures of the exterior parts of the oracle cards. We'll pull tarot on them. We'll see what they say, and then if we need to, we'll look either for guidance, for outcomes, or for timing. So for pile number 1, we have the rose quartz crystal. And then these are the 2, these are the 2 exteriors for your oracle cards with the rose quartz crystal. And this is how it appeared somewhat in the photo. So that's if you pick pile number 1. And of course I'll put timestamps below. And this is going to be the tarot deck I'm going to use. It's going to be the fountain deck. And I'll have links to all the decks below as well. For pile number 2, again, it looks like this. And I have the Scolecite peach crystal. So you might have picked based on your crystal, the Scolecite peach crystal. You might have picked based on what you saw for the exterior part of your oracle decks, and it looks like this in the photo. I tried to make it so you could see the crystals too when I did the writing. And I'm going to do the Luna del Sol crystal deck with this one. And pile number 3, it looks like this for the cards. You might pick on being number 3. And the green Aventurine crystal, which looks like this. And I didn't pick the decks. I always listen to what Spirit said, because I was actually grabbing a different deck for 2 of the piles. And they said, no. I like it when they correct me every time. I always think I know, but I never know. I never know best. And I was told to use this deck, which is also made by the same woman who does the Luna. I think this one is the, this one's Moon Magic. She does Moon Dust, Luna del Sol, Moon Magic. So that's this one. So I'll pause. I'll start with pile 1. And then think of your question before too. So if you're not sure about which one you want, take a moment, meditate. If it's a number that comes to you first, if it's a crystal that comes to you first, if it's an image from the 2 cards that came to you first, or how I showed them to you, just use your intuition to pick your deck. And then make sure you also already know what question you really want to ask, because this is what your spirit guides are gonna address for you. And then you can come back another time. You can do the same thing. You might end up with the same pile, and the advice may resonate for a different question, or you may pick a different pile for a different question. And if you're drawn to more than one pile, listen to more than one pile if you have more than one question, because your spirit guides are here to help you. I hope this helps, and I'll see you soon. Hello, pile number one. Welcome. I hope you have your question in mind. So you picked pile number one based on what you saw as your 2 oracle cards, or because it was number one, or because you liked the pink, beautiful rose quartz crystal that looked like this. So let's look at our 2 oracle cards. I'll tell you what they mean when I get from them briefly, but I'm going to read them with the cards because I feel like they're energetically tied to your reading. So I'm reading from 2 things. I'm going to show you the cover of both of them. I was told, this is what I was told to pull for this reading from your spirit guides, was to pull Work Your Light Oracle cards. So this is all about you and your like inner being, your inner soul. And then I was also told to pull from the Healing Spirits Oracle card, and Gordon Smith is a very famous medium. But out of these cards, I was told to pull from the deck that was related specifically to, put these over here for now, specifically related to the spirit guides, because there's different kind, there's ascended masters, there's angels, there's our helpers, but just to pull specifically from your spirit guides as advice. So the one from your Work Your Light, this would be like inside your soul, what's part of your soul in your journey here. This is what I pulled, and I got Share Your Voice, Come Out of the Cave, Persecution and Expression. And then from your spirit guides, I got Your life plan is unfolding just as it should. And you can look at like all the divine like white light, like your spirit guide is like right there with you. But look at all the indigo. So I don't know if some of you are seeing like orbs, kind of like little orbs, which could be your guide. Or you can also see the colors of like the crown chakra here. So you might be meditating a lot. And I pre-shuffled the cards with the intention about what does pile 1 need to know specifically. And while I was shuffling them, I was getting that you've kind of been in a dark place. The 9 of Swords kept coming up with the 2 of Pentacles. And then as I kept shuffling, it was like, kept getting like, sunnier days, better days are coming ahead. Like, it kept shifting. Like every time I cut the deck, there's the 9 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. I'm like, what's going on? And I no wonder I'd be asking a question too. And then, it's like this, then I started seeing the Strength card and the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. I'm like, okay, yeah, the spirits here, they're gonna help them figure this out. No wonder. Everything's gonna be just fine, pile number 1, don't worry. But it seemed like you were kind of in trying to sort something out that's been keeping you up, or keeping you up at night, or stressed, or trying to make a decision between something. I couldn't figure it out. So we'll look at kind of what Spirit has to say, and then I'll tell you how they're all tied together. So I just want to get a few cards out, and then we'll see if we need advice and guidance. Well, they gave us our cards. That was pretty easy. And the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords. She looks like it's just like pointing to the side. Almost like she's like, hey, you over there, I got something to say. So I'm going to keep these here. Actually, I'm going to put them right to the side where I have the others, because we're going to need those in case we want some guidance or advice. So I'm seeing how this connects. So this share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution and expression means be you. Start to be creative. Express your voice. Is there a creative side of you that you may not be tapping into? I'm seeing a lot of water, a lot of emotion, intuition. See how all of these stars are raining down and on you. You, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. It's just because there's a person. There's a little girl right here on the card, but it's like spirit's raining down on you, just like your spirit guide is raining down right here when they said your life plan is unfolding just as it should. So if you've been maybe afraid to do something, afraid to try something new, let's say you've always wanted to write poetry, or read your poetry somewhere, but you've been too afraid to do it. And I'm covered in the chills, so I know this is specific to somebody watching, because you didn't want people to laugh at you, or you've always wanted to sing. Do it. Do what something that's always, it has connected to your throat chakra, because we see all this blue. So it's connected somehow to your throat chakra. Something creative inside of you wants out, and you're not doing it. You're keeping it hidden in this cave. But you're covered here and all here. Your guide saying do it. But it's okay if you haven't done it yet, because everything is as it should be. So some of you are worried, like, why haven't I gotten to where I should be in life? Like, oh, all my friends are married and have homes. Why don't I? Or why haven't I gotten that next job promotion yet? Everything is in divine timing. We're all on different journeys in life. We all have different plans. We all have different things we're supposed to achieve in life at different points, because we all came here for different learning experiences. If we all came here to do the same exact thing at the same exact time, at the same age point, how boring would life be? If every person at 25 was married, if every person at 30 bought a home, if every person at 31 had their first baby or their second baby, how boring would this planet be? And overpopulated, by the way. So that's not the point of life. So they're saying your life's unfolding exactly how it's supposed to, on the divine timing and on the plan too. You orchestrated yourself with your guides. So stop fighting it. That's what you're doing right here. You're fighting it. And the Five of Wands represents your own fighting. So you're fighting yourself. You're fighting this thing you want to do that's creative. You're fighting yourself because you feel you're not achieving things you should be achieving on a certain timeline. And like, there is no timeline. That's a man-made concept, because there is no time. Time does not exist. 24 hours doesn't exist. We created it as mankind. I say mankind as a human being. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. I'm just use that as a all-encompassing term to mean people. Because how else could we explain, well, we're all gonna meet here at this time. We all want to be at the park, and we all want to make sure we get there so we can all meet up and have a picnic. But how can I get there if Bob's going to get there at a different time, and Pedro's getting there at a different time, and Annabella's going to get there at a different time? If we all have different concepts, you know, originally people, you know, used it when the sun was over certain parts of the sky. Now we can actually use time. So it's just easier to use that as human beings than it is to function in society. Otherwise, we don't really need time. It doesn't exist if you really want to understand the bigger concept of spirituality and spirit. So your own purpose, your own things you're achieving, it doesn't matter. So don't ever make comparisons to other people. What matters is you are doing what speaks to you on your time frame and what feels comfortable to you. If you go against that grain too soon, you're going to feel uncomfortable. If you do it too fast, you're going to feel uncomfortable. So you have to do everything just at the right pace for you. And your guides will help you with that. And that's related to romantic connections, that's related to your achievements at work, it's related to accomplishing things in school, it's related to, you know, owning homes, owning apartments, it's related to moving, it's related to having children, it's related to all of those types of things. Because you're really fighting this a lot. You feel uncomfortable with this whole concept of time. Some of you feel like you're not unscheduled time because your friends are married and you're not. Who really cares? Half of them are going to be divorced anyway. It's basic statistics. So it's better to marry the right person. I'm hearing some of your guys like, hey, it's better to marry the right person than get married just because everyone else is getting married, isn't it? And some of you are really fighting this thing that's really speaking to your heart. It's really speaking, because this is also heart, this is like rose quartz, this is your heart chakra too. So it's speaking to your heart emotionally, intuitively, and it's speaking to your heart through like that rose quartz, which I think I dropped over here somewhere. Through that like rose quartz color. Usually I wear it, but I'm not wearing rose quartz today. I'm just wearing other colors. So it's really speaking to you through that. So you're also not doing this like creative endeavor. A creative endeavor can be writing, it can be speaking, it can be creativity in business. It can be a creative financial solution. It can be mathematics. It can be engineering. It's tons of things. It's not just the arts, but it feels like arts for a lot of you. For some of you though, I do see architecture and building, because I see pyramids and I see construction, like architecture and building plans being designed. And then you have the Four of Cups. So again, see how dark blue all this is? And that's not only emotion, it's your throat chakra again. You're not speaking the truth or living in the truth of what it is. Your guides are saying, be true to yourself. See how this person looks kind of happy? He's sitting here meditating. He knew he didn't want these 3 cups of water. So he was okay with that. And he's like, I don't even want to try the 4th one. These 3 were already like, let's just say like muddy water. So I'm not even going to try the 4th. Well, the 4th might have actually been a good one. We don't know. He didn't even pick up the cup. But that's what the 4 cups usually means. Is like, I don't want it. I'm withholding. No, thank you. Well, no, thank you. Sometimes I channel spirit. I get different spirit guides. Sometimes they're really poetic. I usually have my main one, but this one's a more polite one that I have with me today. Because this one feels you're very, I think this one feels like you're a very sensitive group. But they're like, no, thank you. I just don't want that cup. But I feel like what they're saying is what you're starting to do is you're starting to figure out how to integrate within yourself. What is that feels good with me? And that's what they're saying with the 4 cups here. You know what you don't like. So if you can recognize what you don't like, that means you know what you do like, or you at least know some things you like. So start to focus on the things you do like. If you know you don't like swimming, but you love to surf, why are you not surfing? Or if you love to kayak, why are you not kayaking if it speaks to you? If you live in a place where you can do that. I'm using this as an example. If you know you don't like singing, but you like writing song lyrics and like writing poetry, why are you not doing that? You don't have to sing it. No one's asking you to, is what Spirit's saying. But if it speaks to you, do it. It's a beautiful way of expressing yourself. It allows you to flow with love and energy and helps you to, I'm hearing, grow in love, and it's going to grow with your intuition and your ability to manifest. It's going to raise your vibration. So when we do things that are creative and things that we feel are expressing ourselves, it actually helps us vibrationally. It helps us with our energy to express, and we are actually attracting things to us that love that same thing. So you might attract a job that likes that same thing. You can call in and you don't even realize you're doing it. You're now attracting in friends that like the same type of thing. You can attract in a soulmate that likes the same thing. That's what Spirit's saying right here. If you're just going to sit over here and pout about it and not use your voice to what it was meant to be doing, we're not asking you to do it all. Just do what you feel you're supposed to be doing. And it doesn't even have to be, this is my life purpose, this is part of my work, this is my new career path. If it's just a hobby that speaks to you, do it, because you'll be living in love and you change your whole vibration. You shift everything in your energy and you start to bring everything in. And then everything starts to unfold like your spirit guide says in divine timing. I feel like someone then shows up for you. I don't know if this is a business person. I don't know if this is somebody from your family that you've been missing. I don't know if your guide shows up who you've been wanting to see, or if this is a romantic connection. But then somebody shows up. Because what happens here is you end up as the King of Cups. And so you move from the Four of Cups of I don't want any of that. If you start to share your voice. Share your voice doesn't literally mean I'm up on stage singing at a rock concert. It can be, like I said, written. It could be a painting. It could be painting. It could be drawing. It could be manipulating clay. It could be gardening. Whatever speaks to you. But it's a creative expression, how you express yourself. And it can be at home, how you enjoy it. You might want to take a class on something. Maybe you want to learn a foreign language. Whatever it is. Look at all that blue. And it's different shades of blue. Look how it just, everything's blue. And what's really interesting is how the cards are out for me when I look at them. They're like this. They have their backs to each other. So he's not able, because he's over here, like, I don't like these cups. I'm not even going to try this one. My throat chakra's blocked. My intuition's closed off. My heart, my emotion is shut down, like shutting down everything, right? He can't see what's right on the other side of him, which is the King of Cups. All of this. Intuition, love, this is all water. This is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio kind of energy. But all this intuition, all this love is what Spirit's saying you'll start calling into you. Not saying those zodiac signs. I'm just saying that's what those zodiac signs are in terms of if you care. But he can't see it. Because if you're stuck over here, that's what they're saying. Everything unfolds as it should. So if you're stuck right here, right now, that's okay. Because you're supposed to be. Because maybe something you're supposed to be unfolding hasn't occur to you. Like, I'm really interested in making jewelry. Maybe I had to say that on here for you to realize I do like making jewelry. I'm always fidgeting with jewelry. Who knows? But it'll come to you what you really like. You already know what you really are drawn to. You're just choosing to push it to the side. And the King of Cups is already living life so great, he's not even looking back. So it's going to be so good, you don't even look back to what the Four of Cups once was. It's like the Four of Cups and the Five of Wands never existed in your life because you're living in so much love and happiness. You changed your vibration. This is love. This is stability. It's healthy boundaries in love. And this can be love with what this creativity is that you're bringing in. This new divine timing that's coming with spirit. Maybe some of you are meditating and actually working with your guides or a specific guide. This could be a romantic connection that shows up. It could be happiness in work and you have a new position that you've always wanted. It could be a baby, whatever it is that you want. But you've shifted everything because you've stepped out of this darkness in this cave. See? And you're expressing yourself in a way that you love. And I'm not saying you have to express yourself where everyone sees what this expression is. You're doing something you enjoy that makes you happy. If you enjoy playing tennis, you're now playing tennis. Your vibration's higher, and you're just sending out. You're sending it out into your higher self, into Source, into God, into the universe, into the vortex, whatever works for you, right? And so that positive energy then comes back out, and it's just radiating everywhere. And so then other things that feel that high vibration, that positive energy right here, emanates here. And it's like, hey, what's that going on over here? Because you're now the King of Cups. Because you've come out of this darkness. And they're like, well, I'm interested. What's going on? So you meet other things that are that same vibration. That same interesting thing that's happening. So to me, it feels like for most of you, it's going to be work. It's going to be romantic. And I'm hearing travel. Because they're bringing me back to the Five of Wands. But it's, they're making a sound with the sticks. Like people are like pounding on something. Like you're traveling to a foreign land. And you're like watching some kind of like unique dance somewhere. So for some of you, you're traveling somewhere very distant. So some of you are traveling. You're traveling to like your ancestral roots is what I'm hearing. Take it as it resonates. That'll be different for all of you. But that's what I'm hearing. Because it's almost like you can see look like the sunrise coming up. And these are, see how this is so light? It's like the ancestors are so excited. They're dancing. I can hear people dancing and playing music. I can hear people beating on drums. So yeah, some of you are actually, your creative expression is, what are my actual roots? Where did I actually come from? What's my native true land or my native language? I don't really know it. I speak the language of where I live currently. I'm interested in like all of this history of my people kind of thing. And you actually take a trip. So that's what I'm getting for some of you. And then like when they keep saying everything unfolds as it should be. I love how the King of Cups moves right into the Eight of Cups with the same color blues, because you really have a strong voice now. Both, I need help here, Spirit. You have a strong voice when it comes to yourself, for your own creative endeavors, for your own love, for your own home, for your own sense of security, for your own emotional safety, for your own privacy. You feel you know what you will and will not reveal about yourself to people now, and you know who you can identify quickly, and you understand in terms of healthy connections, even in the workplace, when you should give information and when you shouldn't, when you're sharing too many creative ideas that people will take from you and steal and squander them and take the credit and use them for themselves. Instead, you understand, I'm keeping the secret to myself. I'm walking away from the discussion. You're closing off your throat chakra and you're being quiet. You know when to open your throat chakra, when to speak your voice to the right people, which will be very few people. And you will be able to identify these people because you are understanding how to work closely through this creative endeavor that you are embarking on. Because you will learn how to understand signs and synchronicities, how to hear spirit, how to really hear your guide. Because you will understand it is divine timing and your guides are always working in your highest good. It is always love, as this is all represented by water is love. These are all cups of love. Everything is love for you. You are just a being of love. You will always walk towards the love. You're never walking away from love. So the people you walk to in life now will only be in your highest good. They will only be for love. Love in terms of romance, love in terms of family, love in terms of who's going to help you with work, who's going to help you in family, who's going to help you with this very exciting creative thing you're doing. Some of you will actually be very famous. And we are very excited to work with you because you already know what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. Oh, that's interesting too. Look at that. So the Eight of Cups is right next to your life's unfolding as it should be, which is number 14, which is to 5, which means change. And this kind of, what they just said, sometimes I need them to help me with words, so I'll let them kind of help me explain it a little bit better than me listening and trying to reiterate it. This way it comes out a little bit more odd, I think, sometimes from them. But what they were saying, I think your spirit guides were saying, was like, the Eight of Cups is really representing with them, everything unfolding is creating a new change within you about how you view everything, how you see everything, how you understand who you can really trust with love, and who you can share those really insightful thoughts you have. It's not the traditional Eight of Cups, I'm walking away from love and leaving things behind. That's not what it means. Like they were saying, you know who you can really trust and who you can't. Because you'll be really high vibrational here too, as you can see. Like it's really light and really light. Here I see your deep intuition and deep love. That's why you're walking towards it. But it's also with using your throat chakra, like they were saying. But I think what they were also saying they'll correct me if I'm wrong, because they have no problem doing that, as you have all seen me get chastised before, is that, you know, when you have a great idea or insight and you're so excited, but you tell everybody and then people steal the idea, or you're interested in someone, and you have a crush on someone, and you kind of like someone, and then you tell a couple people, and then I'm gonna use this example more for girls, and then like your girlfriend goes over and then starts hitting on the guy first, and kind of like, what are you doing? I told you I was interested, and you didn't even get a chance to go even like see him, like him even see, or you even talk to him. It's one of those kinds of things. So it feels like you're going to understand what really, from the King of Cups too, those really healthy boundaries are going to really increase exponentially into all aspects of your life, in terms of creativity, in terms of travel, in terms of any ideas you have. You realize you have to be very secretive about who you share your most intimate ideas and thoughts with, because if you share them with the world's going to steal everything. You can only trust very few people in those initial phases. Let's say some of you, like they said, some of you are going to become very famous. Let's say some of you start writing these great songs and they're incredible, and a record label or someone wants to sign you to write their next album for them, right? A really famous singer. And you start to get into the music industry that way, and you start writing music for people. Well, when it first starts, you don't tell everyone. You tell like somebody you really trust. Maybe you can really trust a parent. Maybe you can't trust your parents because they're going to tell everybody in the neighborhood because they're so proud of you. So you have to know who you can really trust to keep that until you know the success is really going in the right direction for you. Some of you may be great comedians and start to write great jokes, and there's tons of avenues to make revenue that way, and to be successful in Hollywood in lots of ways that way. But if you kind of get started, it's like you can't tell everyone your first break that you get. You can only let one or two people kind of know. If you have a clever idea to write a novel that no one's written, you don't tell everyone the storyline because people are going to steal it and go do it first. You tell one or two people. That's what they're saying. Because everything's going to unfold just as it should be. That's why you're going through this process. Spirit's teaching you. And your spirit guides are right with you this whole time, and I'm covered in the chills. And I'm hearing you finally have it. You are so successful with your manifestation because of how you started here, where you felt so hidden and dark and pulled away, and you were fighting everything with the Five of Wands and this Four of Cups, and everything was so dreary. And it was funny how they then showed me later, this is a travel card, but how this was like, oh, I'm gonna hide back here, and you know, you're fighting with yourself to even come out with whatever idea it is that you have, or this creative thing you like doing. Maybe you love doing yoga, but you don't go out and do it because you're too afraid to go do it in a yoga studio because your body isn't perfect. Who cares? Nobody's body is perfect. So you fight with, I don't ever want to go do that, but I'd love to have friends who like doing yoga too. Go do it. No one's perfect. Don't sit around and wish you could do that. Go join, or if you want to meditate, have a meditative group where like you guys can do group meditations together. Go do that. Don't sit at home by yourself if you want to be part of a group who does that. Don't sit in the cave all alone wishing and hoping. It's never going to happen. So they're saying because you got into the vibration of the creativity and started doing it, enjoying it, and being happy and loving it and participating in it all the time, you created that energy that started calling in more things. You understood manifestation, which is the Seven of Pentacles or Seven of Coins on this card. So now you're manifesting more than one thing at a time. You planted one and you're getting ready to plant another. So you understand how to manifest, and your guides are helping you the whole way through. because you know exactly what to walk away from and what to walk to in terms of everything they said. I don't think I could ever repeat what they said because it was really powerful. But with what they said with that 8 of Cups, with those like healthy boundaries in your throat chakra and knowing when to speak and when not to speak, and in terms of love, and because in the end, your guides say, well, whatever this current question is that you have, are you finding love? Are you going to find the right job? Are you going to have a baby? Are you going to be successful in this creative endeavor that you want to seek? Are you going to travel somewhere? The whole answer is yes, because you have the Sun card. That's the happiest card in the deck. And that's always a yes if it's a yes-no question. And it's ruled by Leo. And Leo rules the heart. And out of 6 tarot cards, 50% are cups, which is just love. Besides your spirit guide literally saying, I'm right here with you. Literally, your spirit guide is literally right there, which is unconditional love. And you have all the water right here out of your 2 oracle decks cards. And look how the sun is just like shining down. It's like just like raining down beams of light. I'm getting you're going to be basking in something. Basking in joy, basking in happiness. I feel like some of you are actually going to be having a baby. I feel like some of you are actually really going to be traveling to the other side of the opposite side of the equator. You're crossing the equator. You're literally going to the other ends of the earth, like really far away places. When I say the equator, so that's what I mean. Like it's very far away that you're traveling. This also gives me the impression, and I'm covered in the chills, so I really feel like I'm hearing my spirit guide really strongly when they're saying this, that this is almost what your soul was like. See how happy it is? And you can see like raise the sun here and raise the sun here. Like this like childhood happiness and excitement before you came to earth. You have to remember that we all come from the same place. We all come from the light. And you came down here to learn things and experience things. But we all go back to the same place. We all go back and live in this beautiful, happy, peaceful place of all knowing and all understanding. You chose to kind of relinquish yourself. You're still tethered to it. You're still tethered to your higher self and source, light, love, God, guides, what resonates with you. You're still tethered to it because you're still there. But your soul's also here in this earthly body learning things. But this reminds me of you being up there like planning, coming down here, and you were so excited because you wanted to have a new experience and feel things and understand things again. So I feel like some of you are actually really old souls. Let's see if Spirit has any really specific I don't know if it's guidance or outcomes. Well, we'll just have them give us cards. Spirit, wait, is it guidance or outcomes? I do not know. I feel like we should ask for, yeah. Okay. This looks like guidance. Okay, Spirit, what is the guidance that you want for pile number 1? I'm already hearing some messages. Okay, so this is really interesting. Let me show this. I think it's getting a little too dark. I don't want to take it right for you. This is really interesting what your guidance came out as, because Spirit's definitely saying that they want you to understand what your guidance is, and they're doing this intentionally because they said this Sun card really was you being a kid again, in the light or in heaven, whatever resonates with you. This really what represented you, and they want you to find that happiness, that bliss again, that joy. That's the feeling you need to find and identify, and you will when you live in this creative state, when you express yourself the way you need to express yourself. And all of you need to express yourselves differently. Some of you, it's physically, some of you, it's business-wise, some of you, it's writing, some of you, it's painting. It's different for all of you. Some of you, it's the arts, some of you, it's sports related. It's different for all of you. But when you express yourself creatively, this is how you'll start to live like a kid in the sun, laughing the way you did before you came here. They're saying the easiest way for your mind to comprehend this, because they're saying if you don't understand that, if you don't understand this concept of how they're trying to answer your question, it's like you almost have two paths you can go down. So that's why they're showing me this, because they want you to be a fool again. They want you to take that leap of faith, trust in them, go have fun, go find you, whatever it is. If you think you want to be a poet for fun, and try writing poetry, they're not saying go quit your day job and pack up everything, go live on the street, but try it. If you don't like writing poems, try something else. Keep trying it until you find something that resonates with you. But you can see the blur here. That's because your spirit guides are right there with you. They're running with you. They're right there with you. They're so excited. And of course you can see all the blue because there's all the love. So they're saying, go do it. Be the fool. And I have it right here with the Sun card, because they're saying these definitely go together as part of it. Like, you've got to live with the sun to go be the fool. But for me, it actually falls out like that in the spread. So it comes this way first, there to there. So go do this. This is their guidance or advice for you, right? Go take that jump. Go figure out you. And you'll start to call in all that other good energy like we talked about. Because they're cautioning, if you don't, what will happen. We'll talk about what happens if you do. You have the Ace of Swords, which is total clarity, complete understanding. This is where I thought some of you were architectures, designers, built buildings, were contractors, because I see it in the same oracle card. I see it here. They were showing me these kinds of buildings right here with the pyramids. I saw this kind of like modern day building. And it's funny because it's got the same shade of blue. So they're saying, you see, your creativity could be anything. You could be an engineer, and that's how you are. It can resonate a lot of different ways for all of you, is what I'm trying to articulate as easily as possible. But that can't be your only outlet. You've got to have another outlet too. But that might be your main thing. But see how this is like glowing with white light? That's your guide right behind you, your spirit guide. Like, you got it, finally, you got it, pile one. And you got it in the divine timing, so don't worry. But see how that looks like the Ace of Swords? See? Things don't just happen by happen chance. I mean, this is just how it fell out. So they're saying, if you're the fool, running towards it, this is what happens. You get that. You get complete clarity over everything, and you see it for what it is, and you understand the picture. You get the whole big picture. I'll show you the other two cards at the end. I'm saying if you don't do that, if you're like, well, I don't really believe in any of that. I don't think so. You get to live with what I kept seeing before with the Nine of Swords, which is that stress and that fear and that anxiety and the up all night. And that's what I kept cutting the deck with. And this is what they're so worried about. Do you see how dark that card is? That's you choosing to live in your shadow side. And that's what they're worried about. Then that's why you need to share your voice, express yourself. Even if it's learning how to balance the way they helped me speak about the Eight of Cups with your throat chakra, when to hold back and when to share things. Even if you can get that mastered, it's going to help you. I'm not saying all of you need to go out and write song lyrics and poetry or create jewelry. I don't do any of that stuff. But I still have creative outlets. I meditate. I love to meditate. I write my gratitude list every day. I love to be out in nature. That alone can be creative. I love to write. But my idea I'm trying to write a book, but my idea of writing a book is writing 2 sentences because I don't have enough time during the day. So, but it's still trying. It's still trying, and Spirit knows I'm still trying. So, as long as you're just trying. They just don't want you like this. They don't want you sad. They don't want you stressed out. They don't want you up all night. They want that to go away for you. And they're saying don't be stressed out about trying to find love, because you will find love if you want love in the divine timing. If you force love, this is what I'm hearing. If you force love, you bring in a tower moment, meaning you're bringing in the wrong connection and it goes up in smoke. Even if you force a marriage, you force, let's have another baby to save our marriage. In the end, you're living in a fake relationship. Even if you stay together, you're not happy. You're sad. And the whole house is on fire. Now, it might look like this to everyone else. Oh, that looks so great. Like, the house is perfect. Look how cool the house looks. But the whole house is on fire, and you're miserable, and you want to be anywhere but here. So they're saying don't force that. Don't force trying to get an education you don't want. Go get the degree you do want, because it leads to other opportunities you don't even know that will be available in the future. You need to chase what speaks to your heart, and that's where your happiness and bliss will be. Everything will be revealed to you in the right time if you follow your heart. And that means that emotion that really resonates with you, not just, well, this feels good today. No, don't do that. That's what they're concerned about. But this one, they're really talking about people who are trying to live by societal norms, by the pressures of, well, everyone on my social media has somebody. Who cares? That doesn't define you. That's not how Spirit looks at you. Because remember, we have the Fool and the Ace of Swords that Spirit brought out. And this is how they want you to go. Because they're going to give you complete clarity over everything. And that looks just like your spirit guide. They're going to give you all that clarity if you follow your creative side. It's just expressing yourself correctly. Maybe you've never spoken up before. Maybe you've never used your voice. Maybe they want you to start using your voice. I'm also getting you to use your voice and find your happiness, find your joy. Live from a place of joy and happiness. Because you're going to have the Nine of Cups, which is so much happiness, so much love right here. You earned it. It's right here. It's tangible. He's touching the cups. It's right here in front of you. And that goes with this whole Fool and Ace of Swords. And the Six of Cups, which is Sun and Scorpio. And that's a soulmate card. So those of you who are looking for love, don't just go off with anybody, because you actually have a soulmate right here. So that's why they really highlighted this to me, as people who were looking for connections. You'd end up like that if you just, rush something or force something, because a lot of you, there is a true soulmate right in here, and it's somebody you're deeply connected to. And you can see the really light blue because it resonates with you. My guide's talking, who's the poet. I've got one who's a poet who will make things rhyme when I talk. But this one is soulmate. It's reconciliation. It's past lives. So you've had past lives with somebody, or somebody from in this life who you maybe knew as a child, in childhood, or you've already had an experience with them previously in this lifetime. But usually it's somebody you already set a soul contract with, like I said, before you came here. So it's somebody who is sitting in their cave longing for you, and you will come together. So happy. And the Nine of Cups, both being fools in love, leaping towards each other, because both of you have total clarity for each other. These are for those of you looking for connections. For others of you, this is something that speaks so strongly to you in your heart and your passion, and it can be work, it can be charity, it can be this creative thing that's your passion, that's just driving you to do something. This is me creating this YouTube channel was something that just spoke so strongly that I couldn't do it. I couldn't live anymore without doing it, because I'm driven to just help others. It's all I care about, is helping other people in this world. All I want to do is make the world a better place. That is my Six of Cups. That's my Ace of Cups. That's my Two of Cups. It's just helping people and working with spirit and doing anything I can to help anybody any way possible. So it's my Sun card. So for all of you, it's something different. That's what this is for me, is doing whatever I can to help somebody. If it's one person who watches this and it helps them, this is me right here. Total bliss, total joy, total happiness, knowing one person it helped. So all of you is something different. I'm using me as an example so you understand. It's going to be different for all of you, but it's what really speaks to you. And your guides are saying, it unfolds in divine timing. I've always had this gift. I just never shared it like this with anybody until somebody finally said, you got to do something. And I literally took a leap of faith and did it. And no one knows I'm doing it. I'm to the Eight of Cups. I guess this is my reading somewhat. Eight of Cups. No one knows I'm doing it. So, your guides will lead you when the timing's right. And I've always listened to mine. So yours will lead you. Your life will unfold when things are supposed to. They're trying to steer you away from this, because for those of you who really want love, it's coming. It's right here. It's just not right here today. So that's the whole point. I hope that's helpful, pile number one. I look forward to seeing you hopefully soon in another reading. And if another pile resonates with you, feel free to ask another question and watch another pile. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, pile number two. How are you? So you picked pile number two because it was either number two, or because these were the oracle cards, or because of the beautiful peach Scolecite crystal that looked like this. So we will look at your oracle cards, and they're actually going to be part of the overall reading. I noticed that worked really well actually with pile number 1. And then get some cards out, see what they have to say. And then if we need guidance or guidance advice or an outcome, we'll look for that. We needed guidance for pile number 1. So your first oracle card, and this is from, and I'll put links to these below, and is from this one deck. And it says, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. So you can see you're actually have a lot of colors of the chakras. Looks like some blues, and the heart chakra is pretty open. The quartz, well, the crystal quartz makes me think of that. You can see down here, it makes me think of the road to like the Akashic records. And then this is from Gordon Smith. And he has several different ones you can pull from, but I was told to pull from the decks that were from your spirit guides. And this came out, actually, which reduces to an 8. It's the number 19. And so an 8 is a perfect balance between your alignment with the materialistic world and the spiritual world. So it'll be kind of interesting to see what the cards have to say. But it actually says a spiritual hug. And there's so much purple in here that it really makes me think of the crown chakra. And a lot of gold, which is the divine, color of the divine. So it feels like your spirit guides are trying to hug you right now. So I don't know what your question is, because everyone has different questions. I feel like some of you are over analyzing a situation, and you are thinking too hard about what you should be doing rather than just doing it. Yeah, definitely you're overthinking it. Hangman just came out. You think you're overthinking it? And the 10 of Wands. But that actually looks like, so you know, I read the energy on the cards. I don't read just what the cards are. I tell you what they are, and then I tell you what I get from the energy from them. That also looks like somebody is thinking about wanting to have a baby or start a family to me. Because it looks like somebody's pregnant in that card. But when it says you're already doing it, you're overthinking it, keep facing your true north, that means you're overanalyzing, you're thinking too much. It's kind of like that, it's not quite the 8 of Swords, you know, that anxious and anxiety thing, because you're already doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're already doing the right thing. You're already going in the right direction. So you're already on the right path is what Spirit's saying. They just want to hug you. And that's why they're saying they want to give you the spiritual hug. And actually, you know what? I do think some of you are trying to have a baby. Because they're showing me this as a rose. It's like a purple rose. With like a seed, like an embryo in it. And they're also showing this too as like a little baby. As if I'm like looking on a sonogram. I think I told you that they'll shape-shift images for me. So they're showing me this is also as a baby. This is like the little hood on the baby, and this is the little baby's face right here. And they're showing me this as an embryo over here. So some of you are having trouble getting pregnant, or you're nervous about getting pregnant, or this is your first time being pregnant and you're scared, or you've had several miscarriages, or your spouse or your partner has, and so you're nervous for her. So take it as it resonates, but that's part of the problem. Bottom of the deck's Nine of Cups. Don't worry, they're watching everything with nothing but like love and light and just a big open heart for you. Like they're watching over you with lots of love. Your spirit guides, when I say they. We always have one main spirit guide, but then we have lots of other spirit guides too. So, you're already heading in the right direction, but you're so nervous about something and stressed out. That's why they're definitely trying to hug you. Some of you don't even realize you're going in the right direction. You think you're heading in the wrong direction. That's part of the problem. Because you can see how she's actually going in the right direction, but I don't know if you can tell in the card, there's a hallway down here where there's light, they're showing light coming from it. You might think she's going in the right direction, but you may think, oh, I need to be making a U-turn and go this way. And you're not supposed to. You're already heading in the right direction. With whatever you're doing, you're going the right path. Maybe you switched careers and you were supposed to. Maybe you switched what you're majoring in, you were supposed to. Maybe you left your spouse, you were supposed to. You're trying to have a baby, you're supposed to. You're like, this is our last time. Oh my gosh, we conceived a baby, we're so scared. Everything's gonna be fine. Spirit's just hugging you and surrounding you with love because they know you're really nervous. You're scared. You've got to get out of your head. And you got to start having faith and believing again and get that good energy. See how positive all these colors are? That's good energy. That's good. That's love. That's bringing in positive energy. That's vibration. It's like if you could kind of like look into peek into the light and see what does love look like? What would heaven look like? What would all these like places beyond this realm look like? It's beautiful. It's magical. It's places we can't even begin to imagine. It's places like that. So it's just remarkable. It's beyond any kind of comprehension, any kind of dream, any kind of thing anybody could ever paint. And they're trying to hug you, to hug out this anxiety, because the more anxious you are, the more anxiety you're going to bring in. So the more anxious you are, the more fearful you become. The more fearful we become, the more sad we become. The more sad we become, the more we fall into despair. And then we become hopeless. And then we become angry. And so then your energy starts to change. So as our energy shifts, those are the things we start to bring in. And then we shift our world and our reality around us. And that's all the things that we start attracting to us, because all we are is a giant magnet. So based on what you're feeling and all those emotions, if that's all the emotion you're sitting in and feeling it all the time, guess what? Just like a giant magnet, that's all you're going to pull right to you are those types of things and those types of outcomes. So that's why Spirit's hugging you. They're like, don't think, get out of your head. Get back into your feeling. You're already going in the right direction. Let it go. You've thought about it long enough in the Hangman. This is Neptune and Pisces. So Neptune energy can be wonderful and it can be complicated. Neptune can be like disillusionment, confusion. I don't know. Like what I just look like this. I don't know. I'm so confused. Is this right? I have no idea. It's kind of, is this all in my head? Am I going in the right direction? Did I make a huge mistake? Or it could also be like Venus, which is love, beauty, home, attraction, times infinite. So it's just like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. This is the best feeling. I just love this. I'm so attracted to this. I'm so drawn to this, whatever this is. I'm so happy in my home. I so love my family. I so love my job. I'm so thrilled took on this new opportunity. I'm so happy just being around my parents. I'm so happy my sibling moved closer to where we live in the city. I'm so excited I get to go on this trip with my friends. I'm so happy I met this new friend. I'm so happy I took up this new hobby. I like this new creative endeavor I've started. Whatever it is, it's just enjoying it. Bliss, love, appreciating everything, gratitude. But you've been stuck for so long and stressing so long. That's why Spirit's like, oh, you guys, like, we're right here, we're hugging you. They're showing me too as the hangman. They're showing me this actually. And sometimes, you know, I like I've told you, they'll change things on cards for me. Sometimes they'll show me actual images. Sometimes they'll show me like little movie trailers. Sometimes they'll actually form things right in front of me. And I'll hear just things. Sometimes they'll help me with how to form a phrase. If you watch video 1, they literally spoke for me for the 8 of Cups. They're showing this in the hangman. You can see this gold circle, how it fits perfectly if it dropped right down into here. If you just release it, it's like if I pulled on, they're showing me if I pulled on this, it releases this and it drops perfectly into the center here. And all is right. I'm hearing all is right and all is bright. So I work with several guides. My main guide's not here tonight, or he's here, but he's not the one talking. I have one guide who makes me laugh because he's a he. It feels like a male energy. Loves to make everything rhyme. So it seems like half the time I'm talking, the phrases I'm saying, he always makes them rhyme. He's like, yep, I can run on a dime, and I like to rhyme when I can. But he was making me rhyme through half of the reading for pile 1. It was really bizarre. That's not how I talk or think or anything like that. So it was funny that I was like, okay, I know which guide I'm with. It just makes me laugh when they switch out and I can hear it and feel them. So as you work closely more with your guides and you can feel them, you'll be able to feel their hugs differently and their love differently. If you watch the video of how to communicate with your guides, I'll pin it down below if you're interested. Because they'll communicate with you differently because they're all different, right? They all have their own personalities. They're all different. It's like we have our own personalities. Even as soul beings, we're still different in our core. It's not like we're all, replicas up there. But they're showing this be a perfect circle right there in the middle. They're like, that's you out of the hangman space. You're done. You're done with it. You're done with the anxiety. And it's like almost like the sun, and it's brightly lit and glowing because you're already on the right path and going in the right direction. You're starting to understand, pile number 2, how to get into alignment and how to, because what they're telling me what the hangman is, you're meditating, but you're not monks. So you don't have to meditate for 3 hours at a time. It's okay. They understand you're trying to get into alignment. And they respect you and they think that's so wonderful. And they know there's so many things you're trying to call in and manifest and fix. And you're trying to fix this chakra and you're trying to do this. And you really want this thing so badly. And they know. That's why they're also hugging you. And they're like, we know. And we love you, and we're giving it to you. Everyone's working with you. You have to understand that. If you're not a monk, you don't have to spend half your day trying to meditate. And that's what some of you are trying to actually do. And that's why it also feels like the 10 of Wands, because you are like hurting. You're physically exhausted. You're like, trying to sit in a certain position and hold a certain way and trying to do certain things with posture is what they're showing me. Kind of like how you look at some of the guided meditation videos, but those are just literally like AI drawings, you know. Those aren't real people. Those are AI drawings with the chakras colored. But that's what they're also showing me here. Like, you're trying to sit a certain way to align things. Like, it's not in your best interest to do that. It's not in your highest good for your body. Like, a meditation can be as short as 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If you want to meditate for an hour, you can meditate for an hour. But they don't want you meditating for hours on end. Because it's withdrawing you from society, from reality, from life. It's withdrawing you from your family, from your friends, from what you're really supposed to be doing. And you're getting stressed out over this meditation stuff. And you're getting more caught up in trying to do this than it just being a simple, well, what is it that you want? So let's just use a simple example of I want to bring in more money. I want more money. I want more money. Okay, so I know, and I don't even have to I don't even have to be working, let's say. I just know I need more money. That's my manifestation. I do not need to meditate 8 hours a day, 4 hours a day on more money. Because once you say a prayer once or a manifestation once, that's it. They know that it's done. And you let go of it. The problem is, like, you're hanging on so tight. You're overthinking. You gotta let go of it once you do it. And know it's gonna come in divine timing. You're hanging on to this outcome and you can't let it go. I'm using this as an example, the money thing. So that's why some of you are struggling and they're kind of worried about you overthinking, and this is some of you. I've got a different storyline, and this is what happens is they give me too many storylines, so I'm trying to talk fast. But let's say it's money that you need, right? I would set my intention. I would be mindful. I would say, I am so grateful. All the money I need is coming to me, and I have nothing to worry about. That's it. I'd say that every day. Personally, I think it's very important to write down your manifestation. And I think it's important to write down a list of gratitude. I think the number 3 is essential because that's a very spiritual number and a very high vibrational number. So I would list 3 things you're grateful for. And one of those things would be, I'm very grateful for, I have all the money I need. And it's showing up in divine time, and I will be very prosperous with my money. That's it. That's all you need. Nothing else. I do not need to meditate 4 hours a day on money and listening to meditation after meditation after meditation on money. I do not need to listen to different frequencies on how to bring in money in abundance. Nope, I don't have to do all that. All I have to do is pay attention to my emotion. So if I start to feel a little anxious of I'm never gonna have money, that's just a fleeting thought. I know I will be fine. I am happy. I am prosperous with money. Money will always flow to me. Money will always flow to me. I am fine. I am good. I am successful. I am prosperous. I will always have money. I am successful. You just have to change that. You have to keep your energy going in the right vibration. That's all you have to do. So they're saying, some of you, that's what you're doing. That's why it's weighing so heavily on you, is you're actually physically exhausted from trying to meditate too long. I actually slept funny yesterday. I fell asleep with too many pillows, cramped, trying to read something. So they're like, it's just like what you did last night. I wasn't meditating. I was trying to read something, and I fell asleep funny with pillows. So I'm like, yeah, I get it. When you do something and then it throws your whole body out of whack. But that's why, like, all is right. All is bright. You're fine. It's gonna line up. So that's all you have to do. You're already going in the right direction. You know what your manifestation is, or you know what this thing is that you want. You're already heading in the right direction. You already know, for some of you, that you want a family. Because I definitely know some of you want a family. I see a baby right here. So some of you are either in serious relationships or married and you really want to have a baby. And maybe this is your last time with in vitro. This is your last chance. So this would be very stressful. This would be a 10 of wands stress. Like, I am so stressed out. This is our last chance ever. This is so expensive. One of these have to take. One of these embryos have got to take, is what I'm getting. Because this is a lot. These are a lot of babies in here. So to me, that would be, I'm covered in the chills. So I know this is going to resonate for somebody watching. Spirit, is it going to take? Yes. Yes. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And I'm covered in the chills. It's going to be more than fine. You'll have the baby. Yeah. Oh, I could cry. I'm really happy for you. So someone's definitely, you're going to be fine. If it's your last chance with in vitro, I can feel the emotion of the happiness. So, and the anxiety. So, I can be very much of an empath at times. So sometimes that's why I can get a little emotional on here. So I'm sorry about that. I do not mean to offend anyone. That's very specific for maybe one or two of you, but I still think it's an important message. So that's not why that's why I will not ignore it. These readings are for all of you. They're not for me. For others of you, this is actually somebody giving a gift to somebody else. Almost like kind of like, oh, do you want my girlfriend? It's kind of the energy I'm getting. It's like younger person energy. I don't know if, yeah, it's younger energy. It's cute. It's sweet. It's very sweet. It's a very sweet energy. So someone's very nervous about asking somebody something, romantically. I don't know if this is like, oh, I don't know what age group this is, but it's a younger energy. You could have an age difference between the two of you. But they view you as 1 in a trillion. You're this magical comet that would never come by again ever in a lifetime, in many lifetimes. So it's like, here's this little gift. That's how they're that's how they're showing it to me. They're showing it to me as like two little kids like in a cartoon, and one is like offering like a gift to another, like, want to be my Valentine kind of thing, like, want to be my girlfriend. It's really cute. It's a very sweet, loving energy. The person's very nervous about it because they're not sure how you're going to respond. And then the 10 of Wands for others of you, I'm getting anxiety because it's has to do with money related to work. So I don't know if there's layoffs at work, or if you're asking for a raise at work, or if you're interviewing for a job at work, but I see it as like they're showing it as like these giant gold coins. And so I don't know if somebody's giving you the coins or taking the coins away. They're not making it clear enough. Maybe that's why it's so anxious. You're so anxious, but you're already in the right, you're already doing it. You're already doing it. You're heading in the right direction. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you lose your job, and it doesn't matter if you get a raise, because you're supposed to leave that job if you do. There's another job waiting for you, is what I just heard. Does that rhyme again? Doesn't matter what you do. I don't remember what I said. But if that rhymed again, I swear one of my guys is a poet. So some of you are supposed to leave a job because there's another job waiting for you, and others of you are supposed to get a raise or get a promotion where you are. Or I'm hearing be the last man standing. Like they're like getting rid of everyone, but you're the one person who gets to keep the job. Like you're holding on to the coin. But you're anxious right now because no one knows the outcome. And so that's what you all have been over here. Like you're all manifesting different things. You know what I mean? And that's why they're like, just let it go. Like that's why I explained to you how to do it much easier and faster and stop with all that energy you're doing. So yeah, okay. They're saying to sort these out differently. They don't want it that way. I talk about them the way they want me to. So the way it relates to the Ten of Cups with everything we were just talking about is the Page of Cups. So I'm seeing, of course, yin and yang in here, but the Page of Cups is somebody who delivers information, and it's an offer. So they're coming to you in this Ten of Wands energy, saying, you're pregnant, yeah, the in vitro took, you have twins. And again, you're doing summer, you're doing like in Leo, you're doing Leo season, is what I'm hearing. That's for a very, very limited group. I'm hearing for others of you, the person that energy who's like trying to like ask the person, it might not be my girlfriend, it might be like, do you want to move in? It might be like a key to a house, it could be a proposal, it could be lots of different phases of a relationship. It could be like a first date, they're asking on a first date. It could be also, do you want to be my girlfriend kind of thing. It could be lots of different things, but they feel like they're asking you that, and it's gonna go really well. And I do get, for some of you, that there is a loss of a job. But that's okay. Because, okay, so there's the moon, but here's the sun, and there's two. Like, so if one goes, there's another job right here. It doesn't matter. You're orbiting right around it. It's okay. And Spirit's just going to hug you because you're going to be upset and think like the whole world's come to an end, but it didn't. It's like, here's like a severance package we're offering you. It comes with something. It doesn't just be like, oh, you're out of here. It comes with something. But I feel like it's a very small group of you. Very small. I'm also hearing, because yeah, it has to lead you to a different part for that job's no longer at your vibrational match. You raised your vibration. Others of you, you're getting a huge raise. They're showing me as this is a giant pentacle. So I don't know if it's a big bonus that's getting paid out or you're getting a huge promotion, but this is the gold that I saw getting exchanged. So I don't know if it's a big bonus or a pay raise because you're getting promoted. And then others of you, I see you're the last man standing. Because I see just this one right up here by the moon because you were scared you were going to lose your job, but you got to keep it. And no one else stays. So that's how they're showing the Page of Cups. And remember, the spiritual hug is a number 8, which means balance between spirituality and the materialistic world. Like you're coming in to total balance between what those two things mean. What does it mean to be balanced in terms of like the 3D world and the 5D world? What does that mean to understand spiritually things and materialistic things? Not to just be 3D, because a lot of you originally were just more like 3D focused. And now you've elevated a lot. So it's understanding how do you have harmony between the two and maintain that. And you get that with the Ace of Swords right here. And that's because you went through a major transformation, which I think we kind of just talked about. Like now you're doing it, you're going in, you understand your true direction now. The snake represents shedding your skin. It's kind of like the Judgment card, right? Your life's never going to be the same again in tarot. It's kind of similar to that, is what I'm getting that kind of energy off of. You've really gone through a huge transformation. You understand manifestation. Your guides are trying to help you with that. They're giving you hugs. But they're trying to help you with stop meditating all day long. Stop getting in these weird poses to think that's going to bring in something. It's much more simple. It's what emotion do you feel? Not what's the whole context of the story. They do not care. The context is irrelevant. What's the emotion? Just identify the emotion. Once you know the emotion, is it a good emotion or a bad emotion? So if it's a bad emotion, you want to probably feel the opposite of it. Do you want to be pessimistic or optimistic? Do you want to be sad or happy? Do you want to be calm or mad? And because as you start to identify what they are, you can, do you want to feel harmony or do you want to feel disentangled? So you can start to figure out, how do you really want to feel? And then more emotions that start to feel like that. And then that's how you start to create your vibration and what you start to focus on. That's all you have to do. And like you're starting to get clarity over that. And that's what they were showing me too with the Hangman, with you coming out of that and this dropping down and becoming the sun and lighting up, is you have clarity over it because you shedded this old layer of you here that's no longer serving you, to hold on to old beliefs, patterns, and systems. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. You're no longer holding on to old belief systems and patterns because they don't help you. They're not getting you anywhere. They're holding you back in life. Because you're rising up. You're moving to your life purpose, to one of them. We have a lot of lessons we learn in life. We have like lots of purposes, right? It's like school. You have to graduate first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. So it's like you're graduating a class and moving to the next one and to the next one. So like, yeah, you're graduating. So you're moving to the next one and then the next one. It's like you get it and they're so excited. So just get out of your head and get into your heart. And you're so successful that way. But every time you're in your head, Spirit's with you and hugging you because they know you're still really stressed about these things. And they don't ever want you to feel like you're not loved, because some of these things are difficult to deal with. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like a lot of you, it's financial stress. It could even be financial stress about having the baby. Like, this is our last chance to potentially ever have a baby or buy a home. But I see a rainbow, and rainbows are signs of positive energy, promises from divine, good things to come, good fortune. Queen of Pentacles is very sound, very stable. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. It's just what the energy is. Very stable, knows what they want, understands their financial situation, and it's earth energy. It's very responsible. Because I'm hearing some of you feel like you've been very irresponsible up here. So maybe some of you have overspent too much and you feel very irresponsible doing certain things. And you have to apologize to someone for it with the Page of Cups, or you feel you've mishandled things you shouldn't have. You feel like you haven't been responsible in your workplace. You feel like you haven't been responsible, maybe. I don't know. It's going to be different for all of you. But you have been. You've been stable and responsible. I really don't think you've been irresponsible. That's not what I'm really feeling. If you have been irresponsible and you feel like you need to apologize, I feel like that might be one or two of you. I feel like most of you, you've been responsible and you've been doing everything in what you feel has been the best interest of yourself or your family or the highest good of the community. You've been trying to do the right thing. I don't get a vibe, pile number 2, that you're trying to do something wrong here. I feel too, if you're the woman and you've had a few miscarriages, which I'm very sorry if you have, you're blaming yourself because you're very sad. It's not your fault. So don't blame yourself. Because that's what I'm also seeing too, because it's with the 10 of Pentacles. I mean, the 10 of Wands, where I see pregnancy. So I'm seeing you blaming yourself with this and very sad and feel like you have to apologize to people with that Page of Cups. Like you have to keep apologizing to your spouse or to your mother-in-law or to your mother or to your sister or whoever. Father, I don't know who. There's no one you have to apologize to. You haven't done anything wrong. It's not your fault. And this is where you end, is the 10 of Pentacles. In a completely new vibration. Truly where you're supposed to be. That's why it doesn't matter if you lost your job. You end up where you're supposed to be in a new job, higher vibration. You completely shedded your skin with the Ace of Swords. You end up with the baby right here. Or right here, however you want to look at it. But I see the baby. I see 2 for some of you. You end up married in a very serious, committed partnership. You end up in some phase, for those of you looking for romantic connections, you end up extremely financially stable. This is like a commitment card. This is very financially stable and secure. I see some of you getting an animal or a couple animals. But you end up, I'm hearing, in the golden light. You end up in the golden light. I wonder if you're oh, what are they called? The golden children? Or some of you are children of the, there's like discussions about golden children and children of the light, which are different types of like, yes, so I'm seeing the golden light over here too. So, you know, the golden light, because I'm hearing some of you are of the golden light or have become of the golden light or you're the golden light. You are of the golden light, and that means enlightenment. You're able to sit in divine presence. So maybe you've now understand how to connect with your spirit guides better, or angels, or source, or whatever resonates with you. But it's truly an attainment of spiritual knowledge. So you've mastered some kind of level of spiritual knowledge. That's why I see how the snake is so different here than here with Ace of Swords. You're shedding this and becoming this. And I keep hearing you're now of the golden light. Because you're going through this process. And for some of you, you're going through it together spiritually with somebody. Because you're already doing it. You've already started it. You're already on the path. You already know the true north to the spiritual path. And Spirit's hugging you. And like I said earlier, look, there's the golden dots. And you're right in the center where they're hugging you. Some of you, that was, I saw babies there. But for some of you, that's you they're hugging. So some of you were very, like I said, I don't want to say lower vibrational, but some of you were more of the 3D materialistic world, and you're, again, obtaining that true harmony, that true balance between spirituality and living in this earth world of materialism. How do we navigate both? Oh no, this produces to a 1, which is a new beginning, starting over. Enlightenment, yeah, you're starting over, fully enlightened. Sorry, 19, 9 plus 1 is 10, which reduces to a 1, which is enlightenment, or which is a 1, which is starting over, which is like a new beginning. I was thinking 7 plus 1. Sorry. It's been a long day and I have a headache. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry, pile number 2. Okay, let's see if Spirit has any guidance for you. I'm really sorry about that. But, they say there's no mistakes. So for some of you, I feel like there is still some kind of balance that you are getting between the spiritual and the materialistic world. I really do see that. But you are of the golden light now. That's a very important message for some of you. You are of the golden light now. It's a very, very important message. You're of the golden light. See if Spirit has any guidance for you. But you're at a 1, so you're starting over now in this new vibration. You've raised your vibration, you understand manifestation. Let's see if there's anything else. It's kind of interesting, this one. Anything else, Spirit? Nope. Okay, let me look at what your guidance and advice is. Okay, so this is definitely, I feel like, we always get tested, and it's not a bad thing. It's, did you learn the lesson? Are you understanding this? Are you ready for the next phase in your progression, you know, here in Earth School, if you will. That's what it feels like is going to happen after you are of this golden light and you have this new like spiritual attainment of knowledge that you are going through. I feel like some of you are going through it as a couple. Some of you are doing it on your own. You're all going through it in different ways. Something's really going to speak to you, and it's through the Ace of Wands. This is fire energy, but I see it as like, you know, kind of like the magician, like wielding the wand, like that. I'm hearing abracadabra, and it's like they're showing me, what is it? Like a fairy godmother. I think it's from like Cinderella or something like that. Like doing a wand and zapping somebody, like they transform. So something's really going to speak to you. You're going to be so attracted to it, so drawn to it. Not physically like, oh, that's so attractive. You know, she's so attractive. He's so handsome. Not that kind of attraction. It's going to be energetically, emotionally, something that's going to speak to you. Like part of that life purpose calling, part emotionally calling to you. Like, I really need to do this. It really resonates with me. I must write a book about my spiritual journey and how I, you know, left prison and am no longer a drug dealer, and now I've become a monk, and why I've transformed and how I had this whole enlightenment experience. For example, I'm just gave that as an example. I'm not saying that's what happened to any of you. I'm just saying that's what it's going to be like. Something that just will not leave you alone. That just keeps calling at you. That's something you feel like you just have to do. But you're gonna have it's like you have two doors to walk through, and you don't know which door to pick almost. Because you're gonna be tested. And both doors are very alluring. So you have the Two of Swords as like, and I have what's behind each door almost, even though it's two options. It's like Spirit's only telling me behind there are two options, but I only get to see what's behind one of them. I don't know what's behind the other one. So the Two of Swords, you know, is Moon in Libra. And this snake is not at the same vibrational level as you. It's lower. Do you see that? Oh, I just dropped a whole bunch of cards. And it's asking you, so when it's the Two of Swords, Moon in Libra, it's saying, are you going to pick from your fear to open this door? Or are you going to pick from your emotion and your intuition to open the door? Because that's what the two doors are opening. The other one is the Two of Wands. And this is Mars energy. And Mars can be fast moving, it can be aggression, it can be attraction, it can be war. So usually one is war, destruction, fear, and the other is passion, attraction, desire, what speaks to you. With the Two of Wands, you can see ahead. You can see where you're going, at least with the Two of Wands. You know which way you're going. So you're definitely going to have some kind of, you're going to have choices to make in the future, I think is what Spirit's saying. And you're going, they want you, oh, okay. Thank you, Spirit. They're saying you're always going to have choices to make in the future, like we always do, right? Simple choices and big decisions. You always have to, and there are these types of options where we can see where two paths could potentially go, and there are choices where we don't know where the paths are always going to go, where we have to, are we going to start to choose from a fear-based lack, or are we going to try to pick with our emotion and our intuition, knowing this just feels the better option, and this just feels right. Like you go on a job interview and yeah, your ego tells you, oh, this would be a great job, you'd be so happy here. But your intuition and your gut is just telling you, you would absolutely hate this job. This would be the worst thing you could possibly do is work here. So then what are you going to do? Are you going to listen to your intuition that tells you the worst thing you could ever do is possibly take this job and work here? Or just listen to your ego, which is telling you, oh, the best thing you could ever do is work here. You would absolutely love it. When you already absolutely hated everybody you met and you hated the culture of the company, you hated what they thought, the pay wasn't good, everything. So it's one of those, which one are you going to do? And then the options of where you can see where both paths can lead. We'll always have those choices in life. Spirit's saying, what you always need to do is listen to what resonates with you, your energy, your vibration, your heart. Listen to your emotions. Sit with them. What sits best with your energy? Do you want to pick and make choices from the lower vibrational places that you have had in the past? So you then get stuck in that hanged man energy and that, you know, Ten of Wands energy? Or do you want to make places from the Ten of Pentacles energy, where you are very enlightened now, where I kept hearing, you know, you're a person of the golden light, where you're very enlightened and spiritually have the spiritual knowledge that not everyone can obtain. Because if you don't, you're going to bring in tower moments for yourself. Again, again, and again, and again, and again, every time. Because you do it once, you're going to say, I failed. I can't believe I didn't do that. I made the wrong choice. And you're going to feel bad about yourself. This is what I'm hearing. That's why I'm repeating it. So the next time you have to make a decision, you're going to second guess yourself, and you'll make the wrong decision again. You're not going to do what you're supposed to do, which is just sit, think about it. What really resonates with you? How do you really feel? Are you choosing from fear, or are you choosing from what's a higher vibrational energy? You're choosing from fear because you're scared because you made the wrong decision the first time. So you bring in another tower moment for yourself. So you keep doing it again and again and again, making this horrible loop for yourself, spiraling yourself down again and again and again. And they don't want that. That's what they're cautioning you against. They're in here. That's why they showed me the fairy godmother. Because they're like, bippity boppity poop. We can take it away. Because if you pick, and that's why they're showing moons, from your emotions and intuition. Because we already had the Ten of Pentacles, so the Nine of Pentacles could only come out. So the next highest card. You get the Nine of Pentacles, which is right here, 3D world, right here, right now. And I'm seeing the Star card. You get your wish. So I'm going to look for that Star card really fast. You get your wish. You get everything. Everything you wanted and more. I mean, you get everything you want and more if you actually listen to your intuition and your emotion. You get everything you ever wanted and more. Sorry, this deck I'm not as familiar with as I am the moon dust one that I work with all the time. So I gotta go a little slower to make sure I don't miss the Star card, which of course is probably gonna be right at the very front now. Yeah, everything and more. Everything and more. Are you kidding me? Yeah, no wonder. Because I'm seeing that. So they're saying, yeah. So they're just warning you. They're like, that's why I kept hearing abracadabra. They literally showed me the fairy godmother from Cinderella, from that cartoon from, I think, well before I was ever born. I think it was made like in the 40s maybe. And then they said bippity boppity boop. So, I mean, they can wave it away. Even if you end up in the tower moments, even if you make the wrong decisions. All you have to do is talk to your spirit guides and they'll help you. And they can take away these tower moments with this wand. They can take them away. Meaning they can help you through them so you don't keep bringing in more tower moments. They can help you with your vibration and your energy to get back in alignment. They can't just say, oh yeah, that magically disappeared. But they can help you so you don't keep bringing in more and more of them. So the Star card, because I'm seeing the star right here, perfectly, right here. So the Nine of Pentacles is what you have as your other option if you truly choose. And give yourself a moment to decide, is this fear? Is this emotion? Is this my intuition? Because you always want to make decisions based on your emotion and intuition. Because your intuition and emotion usually are kind of going hand in hand. And you have to know, how does your intuition talk to you? Is it a feeling? Is it synchronicities? Is it numerology? Like, our intuition is different for all of us. Are you an empath, which is emotion? Are you clairvoyant? Are you clairaudient? Are you clairsentient? And so you have to know what your main intuition is first, because it's really going to help you. And I can do a talk on that if you guys want. Just put a comment below and I'll do it. So the King of Cups, total love from Spirit. It's going to be with you the whole time. No matter what choices you're making, your guides are with you based on the question you have now and based on every question you have going forward. They will always surround you with love and guide you. Even if you're like, oh, I'm tired of them, I'm going to go off and do my own thing for a while. They don't care. They love you unconditionally, even if you never, ever, ever want to reach out to them. Or if you reach out to them now and then, it's fine. You're loved unconditionally. That's what they want you to know. Unconditionally means it doesn't matter if you were in prison for 20 years, they still love you. The Star card. This means total wish fulfillment. This means like true north, like your home, what feels home to you in your heart and soul. Well, our soul chakra's up here, but I do it here because you can see it on the camera. In your heart space, what feels like home to you. It can mean rest and recovery. So if you've just been through a lot emotionally, if you've just been through a lot physically, rest. It always comes after the Tower card. Rest. Give yourself peace, harmony, balance. And this is the best part. Because your guides love you so much and will always love you no matter what, comes with the Six of Swords. Meaning, it doesn't matter how many tower moments happen that you may even feel you've personally caused, they will always put it behind. The rainy day, I'm hearing rainy day, sweeping the clouds away, rainy days. I think it's the Sesame Street song. go away. Yeah, it's a Sesame Street song. Whatever that opening song is for Sesame Street is what I'm hearing in my head. They're going to sweep it all away because it's just magic. I'm going to make everything for you helpful. If that's what you want and you want to work with them, they'll work with you to help you through life. It doesn't magically just, you know, a wave of a wand, everything's perfect, but they'll work with you through everything so you can just sit, you know, for like 20 minutes in that meditative state and feel their unconditional love, feel happiness, or talk to them, or whatever your main psychic ability is, and connect with them, and then solve the problem and move forward. But there will never be no love from your guides, and they will always guide you to your true north, which ironically is you're already heading towards your true north already in life. So I hope that helps you with what your question is for your spirit guides. You're already going in the right direction. Don't worry, there's always choices in life. You can't make the wrong choice if you sit with it and you don't make it from a low vibrational place. Just give yourself a minute. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. If you want me to do a quick video on what is your actual intuitive type or what are the different types of intuition there are, I'm happy to do that. So that way you know how your guides actually communicate with you. Probably would help a little bit. And then email me if you have a question. And if any of the other piles resonated with you, feel free to watch those as well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome. Okay, so you picked pile number 3 based on these 2 oracle cards, or because it was pile number 3, because you like number 3, or because of the green aventurine crystal that looked like this. So the way we're doing this reading is I am using the oracle cards as part of your reading because they're actually really integrated, I noticed, into the reading. So we'll look at those first, and then I am pulling a few cards from Spirit, and we're looking at those. And then if we need to, I'm just adjusting the camera so you can see everything. So then if we need to, we're looking for potential guidance. If you're drawn to piles 1 or 2, feel free to watch those as well for different questions. This is a timeless reading, so you can watch for different questions at any other point in time. So your oracle card is the Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. You can actually see, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. If that's you, that would be like your soul, because actually our soul chakra is above our head, right? It'd be like the divine going right through you like this. You can see how the colors change through it. You can see how it mirrors each other on both sides. And in this, it's every single color of the rainbow. And I see 2 and 2, so I think you might have 4 guides, 4 main guides that are with you a lot. We have a lot of guides. We usually have like a main guide and then other guides. It looks like you might have 4 guides. And these almost look like angel wings right here. But what this is really, that you can really see, that's a rainbow right here. Rainbows are big symbols of actually the divine, spirit, source, God, angels. Actually, they're all rainbows. Look at this. What this is really saying is you, pile number 3, I'm covered in the chills. I'm completely covered in chills. Actually are a gift to the world. You came here to Earth as a calling. You have the ability to merge the 2 realms of, I'm just gonna, Spirit, I need more help with saying this because I'm gonna butcher it. You are in perfect alignment. You are harmony. You are balance. You are love. Your soul's purpose is to bring the other realm, the spiritual realm, to earth, where people are suffering. People do not understand. You bridge the gap. You are the rainbow. You are the oracle. You are the one who can channel. You are the one who can see. You are the one who can hear. You are the one who can feel. You are the one who travels and walks between timelines, walks between realms, who drifts in and out of earth in the spiritual realm. It is natural for you. It is designed for you. It is part of your soul and part of your life purpose. You are the oracle to speak what is truth about spirituality and love. You are here to help heal others, to help their souls, those who are lost, those who do not know where they are. Help them find their way home. Your vibration is so high, you can reach the spiritual realm whenever you want, and you can dip back into the earthly realm whenever you want. You were born this way. You came to earth this way. Your soul has always been this way. You are here to do great things for many people in different ways. All of you will save lives. I'm completely covering the chills, by the way. So when Spirit says all of you will save lives, I think you have to understand everything is symbolic, nothing is literal. Save lives doesn't mean you're literally saving somebody from dying. Saving lives can mean saving somebody spiritually, helping somebody emotionally during a difficult time. You might have the right words for somebody on a day when they needed them. Some of you may actually literally save somebody's life. So, everything is symbolism in the spiritual world. Not everything is literal. Unless you're talking to somebody who is translating it for you literally. But I didn't get that all of it was, I didn't get the saving lives was literal. I got it more from a spiritual perspective of saving people. And it didn't mean either that all of you were here to become like spiritual gurus either. So don't feel like you have to go do that and quit whatever you're doing if you're very happy and fulfilled doing that. That's not what they're saying either. So what was really interesting, oh, by the way, I pulled first oracle card from this box. I'll put the links below. I follow Spirit where they tell me to pull the cards from. What was really interesting for your pile, where I pulled the second one, the healing spirits. They wanted me to pull, and I have them sorted. They're always pre-sorted. I was supposed to pull yours from the deck for the spirit guides, and I pulled the card, pre-pulled it, and it was accidentally, and nothing's ever an accident, especially after I knew what your oracle card was. It's actually from an ascended master. So obviously you're a very powerful group I'm talking to. And it's going to be interesting to see how many people actually watched pile number 3. I don't think very many people will, because I don't think very many people are going to be called to this one. So this is actually from an Ascended Master pile. And I was intentionally told, do not pull from that pile, only pull from the spirit guides, because that was really the one they wanted everyone to connect with. But obviously, you're an oracle, so when you speak, you can, depending on where you are and in your own development anyway, too. Some of you probably can channel way better than I can, and some of you probably are way more gifted than I am. And we all know what our limitations are and our abilities, you know. So the card that came out, ironically, was actually stuck to the spirit guides, and it was stuck from the Ascended Masters. So you actually got an Ascended Masters card. So an Ascended Master had a very specific message for you. And it is, you are purpose. Which I just thought was like so extremely powerful. By the way, when I was like channeling that message, when I ask for help, sometimes I want them to kind of help talk for me because I can't articulate it as well. So my voice is a little bit more like monotone. I was covered in the chills because I can feel them. And I'm covered in the chills over this one. This one is very, very, very powerful too. You are purpose. I remember I saved it because it was just so moving. Yes, an Ascended Master is telling you that all the answers are already, that you seek are already require are already in you. So now is the time to look within. It is only by learning how to go deeper into yourself spiritually that you will learn to allow your true spiritual nature. I mean, it aligns so much with the Oracle card. And that's how you will shine in this world. When you learn how to do that, you won't need to look for your true purpose anymore. For your purpose is to be the bearer of light on the path. And right here it says you're raising your vibration. You're supposed to be an oracle. So I was just like, holy moly, this is a really powerful group. Like, I was just like covered in the chills, like so excited. Like, whoever watches pile number 3, just leave me a message because I'm like covered in the chills and I'm so excited. I thought this was such a beautiful message. Just to know that they're already saying, you already have all the answers yourself. If you just want to dig a little deeper spiritually, it's all there. You already know your life purpose. We all do, but you already have the power to unlock it all. It's beautiful. So I thought we'll look at a few questions. You guys can probably do this better than I can, some of you. So let's see, what does Spirit want to tell us about the question you have for them specifically? With this one, I'm not like specifically pulling cards. I'm more pulling out what cards feel right to me. You know, there's all different ways to know when to pull a card. Okay, that one is sticking out, so that must be right. Yeah. This doesn't, oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? No wonder. Well, they all came out. No wonder. I was doing it with the deck upside down. I'm like, well, these don't make sense. These wouldn't be upside down. But I was doing it with the whole deck upside down. So I was reversing them. I'm like, these don't make sense upside down. Because I had the whole deck upside down. I was supposed to be holding it upright. I made sure that the deck was upright. But I was holding it inverted. So I was like, well, this doesn't make any sense. So that kind of makes me laugh. Oh no. Okay. And then if we need to, we'll ask for guidance or for outcome, depending on what we get. I'm going to use a different crystal. I'm going to use my apophyllite. I think with you guys. So, you are the oracle. Okay. So, I can see what they're telling me to say. Sometimes it's easier to pull the cards up in the rows than to pull them at different points in time. So they're showing me, first thing they're highlighting for me is the Page of Cups. Right here, and look, you can see the rainbow. And I'm getting like almost a sense of like you're waiting for something to happen. Because you can see how she's sitting there. And look at the crescent moon in the background. Like the sun's still setting. Like, who's supposed to be showing up for you? I don't know. I don't know if you're waiting for somebody to be calling you, if you're waiting for a spirit to show up, if you're waiting for a job offer to come through, if you're waiting for a connection, if you're waiting for a date, if you're waiting for a manifestation to show up. But you are like, the problem I'm getting from this is see how light all this is up here? Your vibration's really high. It's light down here too. But look at, you've put yourself in this little bubble. And look, it's dark in here. It's dark in there. But everywhere else around you, it's light. It's where you put yourself. It's got a lot more darkness. And it's like in this little area where you're holding yourself in, you're holding yourself back from your potential, from your purpose, from your ability to fully connect, maybe. Maybe you haven't fully bridged that gap. Maybe some of you meditate, but you start to feel that sensation when you can almost like detach, like as if you're levitating, or you can start to feel that emotion and that unconditional love, and it's too much and you disconnect. Because it's a lot when you first start to feel it. But if, you know, you're someone like me and you've felt that since you've been like 3 or 4 years old, that's all you've ever known. But if you're an adult and you're just starting to experience it for the first time, it's pretty overwhelming. When you grow up with it, it's a little different. So I don't know if you're, because I can tell you're very vibrational just based on the colors of the cards. that always tells me things. But looking at this, and you look upset too. You're angry. You're like annoyed or frustrated. So I don't know if your questions about like, is my manifestation gonna happen? Am I gonna get this job? Am I gonna get a raise? Am I gonna be able to buy this house? Are we gonna have a baby? Is he gonna ask me to marry him? Are we gonna go on a date? Am I ever gonna find love? Is my twin flame gonna show up? That kind of thing. Like, that's what it feels like. And it feels like the more you ask those things, the more annoyed you get. And the more annoyed you get, the more you're lowering your frequency. Because you're doubting yourself. You're doubting the divine. You're doubting source. You're doubting God, spirit, whatever you resonate with. Because you're calling in more negative energy. Yeah, that's also why the moon's there. Your emotions are getting tied up into it. Like negative emotion. You're getting really frustrated over something. Are we going to get back together? I can tell you if you're going to get back together with somebody, yes, both the renewal cards are here for getting back together with somebody. If it's in your highest good, you'll get back together with them. If it's not in your highest good, who really cares? I used to sit and wonder about that, and then I learned it doesn't really matter. It's not my highest good. Who really cares? But that's what I'm seeing here, is you are dipping and it's hurting you. Nobody else but you. So it's making it harder for you to fulfill this bigger purpose of what you really came here to do. You're actually disconnecting from your real reality here on earth, like your real calling. You're disconnecting from a real soul contract of being an oracle, or connecting earth with heaven, or earth with source, or earth with the spiritual realm, whatever resonates with you. Because you're so fixated on the 3D materialistic world right now, on something that, when we think about it, it really doesn't matter. Even though it feels like that, because I can get like that too. But when I get in my spiritual zone, it's so easy to not feel it and not think about it. And does it really matter? No, it really doesn't matter. And that's what's happening. Yeah, your question's related to something that's very lower vibrational, that's not that relevant. And I can hear some of you right now screaming at me, but it's very important. Yes, it feels very important right now, but in the scheme of what we just heard, what they just said, you actually can do and are capable of, and probably some of you actually do and just don't want to acknowledge, and they're telling you you can already answer everything internally and know your life purpose, probably do incredible things in this world. Does it really matter if you get back together with an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend? No, it doesn't. Because if you're supposed to, you will. If you start doing the things you're supposed to be doing, you'll become a vibrational match if they're the right person. If not, the right person's going to show up for you. So who really cares? Who really cares if you get that job interview or not? The right job interview, the right job's going to show up. But I have food I have to put on the table. Food will come, is what I heard. That's why I said it. I say things sometimes and I even doubt myself when I say them. Because I would be asking the same question too. Trust me. But I feel like more of you are asking questions about romance and pregnancy or like career advancement than anything. I don't feel like you're destitute. You wouldn't be watching this. I feel like some of you two were asked a question and are debating, is it in your best interest to proceed forward in a relationship with somebody? If you actually have to stop and think about it, it's probably your answer. If somebody asked you to marry them and you said, let me stop and think about it, or can I have a few days to think about it? That's already your answer. No, you don't want to marry them. Because if you really love somebody unconditionally and you can't imagine life without them, your answer is immediately yes. It's not let me think about it. There's nothing to think about. That's how you know. You already have your answer. You're just not wanting to address it. Yes. Oh, no wonder. It's next to the judgment card. Some of you are trying to make some really tough judgment calls right now related to your life. Do I take that job and move halfway across the country? Do I move halfway across the world? Do I say yes or no to a proposal? Do I say yes or no to moving in with somebody? If you have to sit and really think about it, honestly, you need to really, really evaluate that relationship and that connection, because if you're contemplating something like that, that's already telling you how you already feel about the person. The number 3 is really standing out, which is a highly spiritual number. It's actually the Holy Trinity. Past, present, future. It means birth, death, and renewal. Leo is standing out. Aquarius is standing out. Sagittarius is standing out. And Scorpio is standing out. The all-seeing eye. You have the ability of total clairvoyance. That's the problem. You're stuck in the bubble. You're trying really hard to project what can be. What's the future have? You're trying to make this really difficult, like, judgment call. And you're trying to, and I see this all-seeing eye that's just really sticking out to me. You're trying to make this really difficult judgment call. And you're trying to, like, almost use clairvoyance to see into the future, which truly you have the ability to do, pile number 3. The way I can sit here and see things just appear in front of me. I can do it for my friends. I can do it for myself. I can do it for family. I don't even need tarot cards. I just do it on here because it's faster than me just sitting here and talking. But that's the problem. You're so blocked. Look how thick this is around you. It's a really thick bubble you created, and you're so dark down here, and you've made the sun start to set, and you brought the moon out with your fears, that you're making it so hard for you to try to project what would this look like in the future. I want to look for the 3 of Wands, because you're really trying to project, what does this future look like? What would this be? Would this be in my best interest or not? That's what you're trying really hard to discern. this is a newer deck, so I'm trying to get used to going through it. I'm going to go through it as fast as I can. But that's the problem. You're having a really hard time. 3 of Wands. Oh, yeah. Because I was seeing it in a different... I was seeing the 3 of Wands in a different deck. That's funny. They were showing me the 3 of Wands in a different deck. I think they were showing it to me in that deck. I'm going to look at it in a different deck because they were showing me the 3 of Wands in a different deck. You know what it's like to be clairvoyant and they show you an image. And when they show you an image, it's it can be in your mind's eye, which is like, oh, I know right where my blue shirt is. It's hanging up in the closet and I can see right where it is. And then it's also, oh no, it's in that deck. It's also so funny because this was the deck I originally wanted to use for this pile and Spirit said no. And now this is the image I'm seeing the 3 of Wands in. Isn't that funny? So your mind's eye can be where you see an image and it's like, oh, okay, I know where I'm wearing blue, ironically, my blue shirt is and where it's hung up in the closet, and you can literally see it in your head where it's hung up in your closet. That's what your mind's eye is. So that's how they can show you an image in your third eye. They can show you an image like this, like I'm literally showing it to you physically. This is what it looks like. It can look fuzzy, like you know what Polaroid pictures look like, and they're kind of fuzzy and not fully clear, but it's still in front of you, like what I just held up. It can look like that. It can also appear in front of you too, like a person standing in front of you slowly start to appear. So it just, yeah, this is exactly what I was seeing. So funny. This is the deck I originally wanted to use, and they're like, you can't use that deck. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I won't. I had it all ready to go. So this is really kind of funny. So I feel like you're trying really hard with this Judgment card to use your third eye to see, because we know you have the ability to see. They were using my mind's eye to see. That's why I was explaining different ways to see. They were literally using my mind's eye, which they rarely use, but this time they used my mind's eye. So it's the 10 of Wands, which means a burden. But look at this. This is what I find so fascinating. Look at the circle. Here's the circle here. And look at the circle here. So it's kind of interesting. And then I see you right here in this circle. It's like you're in the 10 of Wands. You're literally in the 10 of Wands right now. Because I see you in this bubble, in this dark space right here. This is exactly how I see you, but in this. So I really feel like you're not in the Page of Cups. You're in the 10 of Wands energy. Trying to make a decision. And it's just like a burden to you. I don't feel like you're in this loving energy. I feel like you're in this like burdened, stressed out energy, trying to make the best judgment call you can. So I feel like I could transport this picture of you and put it right here. So it's kind of interesting. And this is exactly what I was seeing, the 3 of Wands. So it's you looking at the future. Like that's exactly what I was seeing in my mind's eye. Like, oh, I can picture the blue shirt where it's hanging in the closet. That's exactly what I see with the eye. And this is Sun in Aries. Emperor means Empress. And I have the Emperor down here. So for some of you who are like, oh, I'm so stressed out, I'm never going to meet my soulmate. I'm never going to have a soulmate. I'm too spiritual. I'm too enlightened. Maybe that's what some of you are really burdened about. You're having a hard time with this spiritual enlightenment that you have, this spiritual experience, this understanding of past lives, this understanding of what our souls are like, this understanding of, you know, spirit guides and angels and other realms and God and ascended masters and all that. You know, it's a lot to understand because very few people in this world understand that. So when you are of that kind of vibration and understand it, it's very hard to date. It's very hard to be in a connection and a relationship with someone because you want somebody who can understand you spiritually too. You can actually have real honest conversations with, which honestly limits your dating pool, if you want me to be real with you. It really does. Because you try to have any kind of conversation and they don't get it. And it's like trying to talk to an infant about 2 + 2 is 4. Well, an infant can't even communicate, so how can they understand 2 + 2 is 4? Let alone have an actual really interesting spiritual conversation with someone about anything, energy, vibration, spirituality, the things that you can understand way beyond what other people can, way beyond this universe and other things. So when people aren't at the same spiritual level you are, it makes it extremely difficult. Doesn't mean you can't meet your soulmate. Doesn't mean you don't have one. Doesn't mean a divine counterpart isn't still paired with you, that still doesn't come down here to help you on your journey, who still doesn't have the same enlightenment. They may not have the same spiritual gifts as you, but they can still be as spiritually as woken as you, just in a different way. So I'm seeing you trying really hard to look to the future to see what else is out there. Is there somebody for me I will be attracted to that I can find? Is something out there for me? And that's Sun meets Aries, which is the Emperor. You have the Emperor right here in your spread, underneath the Judgment card, where you're trying to make a judgment call. So some of you, I feel like, really are asking, will I find love? Will I truly find my soulmate? Or some of you might be asking twin flame. I don't really care which term you use. Twin flame, honestly, means you are the same exact vibrational match. That's all it means. Don't take on the narrative of we have to go through this horrible, arduous journey, break apart, and then come back together. That's a man-made concept to make a lot of money. That's all it is. Now, if you want to buy into it, make your reality a hell of a lot worse than you have to. But you don't have to make your reality bad like that if you don't want to. And then, on the other side of the Three of Wands, it's the Empress. And guess who the Empress's divine counterpart is? The Emperor. And I have the Emperor right here. So I don't think you need to worry about will you find your divine counterpart, because you will. And they will understand you 100% spiritually. Because I think that's what a lot of you are trying to understand. Will I find a true connection who understands me and loves me and understands me emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, and will love me? The Empress, I love how it's the lion. It's confident. And the Empress is receptive. She just receives. The way you can just receive spirit, receive what you need to get from the spiritual realm and take it back, or the way you can just channel messages to give to people the way the people need to hear things, is exactly what you need to be as the Empress. Just be open and receptive and do your own thing, and your Emperor will show up. So if you're debating about somebody, for those of you who might be asking about a connection, don't ask, because the right person's going to show up at the right time in divine timing. If you're asking, am I going to get back together with somebody? Well, judgment is renewal for relationships. If this person is the right person for you, they will then be in alignment with you spiritually at the right time. It might not be right now, but eventually they could be. But I knew this was the deck I wanted to look at. So it's so funny that it aligns exactly with what I was seeing and seeing, thinking, and feeling about you. You're in the Ten of Wands. You're trying to see the future. And here's the Empress, and the Emperor's right here in your deck. And look at that. Right underneath that is the King of Cups. Love. Total love's coming in. With the Six of Wands. So I don't think you really need to worry. If you're worried about a connection. Or if you're like, I hope this will become a huge renewal and everything will work out. You don't need to worry about making your judgment call, is what I'm hearing. All you have to do is go within. Just meditate. Get in touch with yourself. Understand yourself more. The more you understand yourself, your own chakras, your soul chakra too. I feel like you're not even in touch with your soul chakra, which is right above your head up here. I'm actually being shown the soul chakra in one of the cards. That's weird. I feel like some of you don't even touch that one. That's gonna help you call in the right person too. Or your life purpose, whatever you're looking for. So we'll move on from that. I'm gonna pause because the camera's gonna turn. Okay, sorry about that, pile number 3. Okay, so we'll move on from those 2 cards because we still have 4 more. So then you have the Knight of Swords, which is communication. And look at the white bubble that surrounds your crown chakra. So I feel like you're going to be communicating a lot with the spiritual realm. I don't know if it's your guides, if you're going to be channeling, if you're going to be having visions, if you're meditating. And then look, all the water behind you. Oh, that's water. That's emotion and intuition. And I see pink down here. Look at this pink bubble, this pink ball. I see love. I feel like some of you have a soulmate connection from ancient Egypt. Take it as it resonates. If it doesn't, don't apply it. Remember, this is a collective reading, so don't apply anything that doesn't feel like it fits. Some of you are gonna like move on from some connections. Some of you are gonna stay. Now you're much higher vibration. Look at the colors. You're out of that energy. You've moved on. Somebody's gonna communicate something to you, or you're gonna communicate something to somebody. Because there's 2 energies here. Because you also have the Knight of Wands. I feel like this one almost feels like you. This one feels like you. You feel like the Knight of Wands. This is you. Someone's communicating to you in the Knight of Swords. Someone's communicating to you. Because this looks a lot like your other card with the bridges. See? Like with the bridges from your oracle card. See how they're bridges and they mirror each other on each side? Like you could draw a line right down it and see how there's light right here, light right here. And see how they mirror each other on both sides of the card? This mirrors each other on both sides of the card. And there's light, light, light. I feel like this is you. You're the Knight of Wands. So I feel like somebody who's the Knight of Swords is going to be communicating to you. They have some kind of epiphany. This is the one. If those of you are asking about a connection, this is the one who's the vibrational match, because they too have a connection, some kind of spiritual connection. I don't know if they meditate a lot. I don't know if they believe in past lives. I don't know if they're of a different faith if they knew. But the 2 of you had a past life together somewhere. And I believe it was in ancient Egypt. I really think you had a past life with this person in ancient times. Pre-biblical times is what I'm hearing. You had a past life together. It could have been Egypt. I'm hearing Atlantis was another one for some of you. Was it Atlantis? But it was pre-biblical times is when you lived together. Yeah, this person is really happy. They're glowing. They really and you're all in your purples, so your crown chakra is just like going off. So you're really in touch now with spirit. Look at all the purple. So I feel like the way they communicate with you, and the colors are similar in the seas, it's a very similar vibrational match. Even I don't care if it's a Knight of Swords and a Knight of Wands. I don't really care about that part on the cards. It's more the energy. It's almost like oh look, this person's like almost wearing a hard hat. It's like you're almost wearing a hard hat, but it's purple, and they're wearing the energetic bubble. But I feel like it's like a meditative bubble that they wear. It feels like you two have conversations with each other. And I don't know if it's in person or on the phone or you're texting, but whatever it is, these conversations go on. And one person says something and the other person goes, I was just going to say that. How'd you know? You were reading my mind. And you both want to say it's telepathic, but it's really not. It's because you are at the exact same vibration. You're truly a vibrational match. And I'm seeing it and they're showing it and I'm hearing you're in the same vibrational bubble. And that's what it is. This can also be with a boss at work. It can be with a colleague. It can be with a family member you're close to. It can be with a best friend. It doesn't have to be a romantic connection. It is a very significant, meaningful connection to you. This could be the next job you're moving to. So you might be moving somewhere that you're leaving your entire family for. So you, like I said, you might be moving somewhere on the other side of the world, other side of your country, to a major city, far away from your family. This could be a leap of faith you're taking to go work in the spiritual world, and you're leaving everything you had studied before and have your degrees in to go do. But whatever it is, this person has a huge, deep connection to you. You two just connect somehow. I feel like for the majority of you, this is some kind of romantic connection, but at least 25 to 25% of you, this is some kind of career connection. Or family connection or something like that. It's some other kind of connection. 25 to 30% is something else. 70% I feel like it's some kind of romantic. Because this is something that, yeah, you just say something or you're about to say something and the other person says it first. It's because they're showing me with this white bubble, you're in the same bubble. You're in the same energy bubble. See how you have this right here? It's like the two of you are in the same energetic aura. And that's how you're able to know, because you're at the same frequency. When you're at the same frequency as someone, you're able to have the same thoughts because you're literally at the same vibration. And when you're at the same vibration, you think the same thing. That's how come collective, that's a thought, that's that whole thinking behind collective thought, consciousness, collective thought. So if 20 people are all at the same vibration, they can all think the same thing at the same time. That's how you can raise the vibration of the planet, which some of you may be doing. Some of you will be doing it through love. Some of you will be doing it through, meditating together for certain things on parts of the planet. Some of you will be doing it by raising children and just having happy families. Some of you will be doing it by creating collective communities. So it's going to be all different things that you're going to be doing. That's why I feel like 30% of this is career related, family career related, friend family career related kind of thing. The 70% I feel is like some kind of romantic connection. And with the Judgment and the Six of Cups, that's renewal for relationships. So somebody else might have had to raise their vibration and reconnect with you. I feel like that's like 5% of you getting back together with somebody. I only give numbers when I hear them. I don't just make up a number. But that's what it is. It's definitely both of you being a true vibration. That's what they're showing me, the true vibrational match, truly in alignment, truly communicating. This is your a real spiritual alignment with somebody. So I'm hearing such a sigh of relief. So refreshing, so happy, so rewarding, so peaceful. It's very serene. It's very serene. It's one of the only people, if not the only person, who truly understands you spiritually. You will treasure this connection. You have the Emperor, and we saw the Empress. So I feel for some of you there is a very divine soulmate, twin flame. That means same vibration. That's it. Contract, again, white light leading you right to each other. This, for some of you, could be the business owner, or somebody's creating their own business, or both of you decide to create a business together, because you are stepping into your purpose, and that's what the Emperor does. They step into their power. You're stepping into your power. You're accepting what your abilities are. You are the pillar of light. You are the oracle. You are here to deliver special messages of spiritual love for Earth, for people. And you recognize that it is a burden to carry, but a blessing at the same time, and you're willing to do it. If people may not accept it, that's okay. You still want to deliver the love that people need to hear, because you want to help people heal and live in love. And the only way to live in love is to go through a spiritual transformation. And I'm getting that through this Judgment card. You're going to bring that to people. Not by knocking on doors randomly and doing that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying those who ask questions, or those who come to you, or however you do this, people will wake up to whatever information you're sharing or freely giving or talking about as this oracle of the spiritual realm and the earth realm will hear you and understand, and they're going to go through these spiritual awakenings and transform and understand and be brought back into the light and love. They don't want to live in darkness. No one does. They want to live in light and love. And you're the one who's going to bring it to them. And you have the Six of Cups, which is showing me you've had a past life as the Emperor with that Empress we saw earlier. You had a past life with them. That's what the Six of Cups means. It's Sun and Scorpio. It's also telling me you're coming into your soul purpose, because it's part of your soul contract. So part of your soul contract is to connect with this person over here. If it's the same person as the Emperor and the Empress, I'm not 100% sure. For some of you, I think it really is. I'm getting at least 50% of you it is. The ones who really understand you spiritually, it is also going to become like, you know, your life partner or your spouse kind of thing. Because you have this really strong past life energy with them and this true soul contract here. Here's where I was being shown the hands to connect. above for your soul chakra. That's something I never talk about on the channel. I only talk about the other chakras in alignment, but this is something they're highlighting that's really important for you to bring into alignment, because this is part of your life purpose. And our soul chakra up here, and that's actually what we do to connect to it. It connects you with your current life purpose and connects you with your previous soul life experiences. So that will really help you when you're aligning all of your chakras and coming into alignment. What am I missing? There's something here. Again, ancient biblical times. You lived together before ancient biblical times. The love, this love is so pure and so profound. You are unaware of the depth of emotion and love that dwell within your soul, that are yet to be released onto this earth. I'm seeing the eye of God is watching you to see how you will proceed. Will you follow through and step into this purpose? For you are divinely protected by the light of the gold and the white. White and gold light protects you. For your cup is to bring love and healing to so many. You are ancient and wise. You are here to fulfill many purposes, but the biggest one is to be the true oracle and connect Earth with the spiritual realm. I'm getting too, some of you have the ability to soar high above, like astral travel, astral plane traveling. Like you can fly, like the golden eagle is showing me like you can travel through, yeah, astral travel, I think it's called. I think there's something else off this card for you or your purpose. Because I feel like these two actually really go together. You are your purpose. Yeah, these definitely go together. Because it's like soul after soul after soul. You can see you've lived many lives. It's like there's another person, another person, another person. And then you're also divinely protected by the wings. And the wings are, ironically, golden white. Sometimes I'll have to get real quiet to hear what they're saying. But what I was hearing over here was, you've lived many lives, life, like soul after soul, like life after life after life, and you've become wiser and wiser and wiser and wiser. That's what gives your soul the ability to do this, is because you are so ancient and so wise and so good and so pure. You've learned all of the lessons the souls can learn. You are of the ascended masters. You know all life lessons. You are all-knowing and all-wise. You came back to help mankind. It's still your choice. Everything's your choice. That's the whole point. I don't know if this helped answer your question or not that you had. But if you're looking for love, you're going to get love. If you're looking for somebody who's going to understand you spiritually, they're going to understand you spiritually. If you're asking if you're in the right connection right now, probably not. Are you going to work out with a job? Yeah, the job's going to work out. Are you asking if you have a psychic ability? Yeah, I would say it's pretty profound. Are you asking, have you lived past lives? Yeah, you're an ascended master. I would say probably the people who should be picking pile number 3 are probably intuitively pretty darn small. People who might click on it out of interest might be big, but the group should technically be rather small. I'm not going to tell you the number they told me of who should actually only qualify for pile number 3. I've even been told names that should be actually watching pile number 3. Okay, so these cards are mixed. Half are right side up, half are upside down. So we'll just take them all as right side up. Can we please have some guidance for pile number 3, Spirit? Thank you. Okay. Well, I'll take that one that way since you told me to. I love it when they're clairaudient and they yell it really loud for me. Oh, I'm excited. You're definitely going to be working with somebody. I think I said the person you might be with would be spiritual and could be working with you. Just would be different. They're going to have gifts. They're just going to be different than yours. Which again, could be a twin flame. But it's not the same message that people keep selling in that business model. Don't buy that narrative. Let's see if Spirit has anything else. Wow, sirs. Okay, I saw a card flip. I'm only taking the cards that flipped. Okay, perfect. That's it. Okay. So this is their guidance for you. And it is, so you're going to have this idea. And look how it's floating up here. It's going to come to you through, when you're finally in your oracle stage and you understand your life purpose. When you're all vibrationally right in alignment. Because you don't have a head. So it's going to come to you at, I believe, well, some of you might be dream state, but meditative state, waking state, third eye, just visually, however you are really intuitively, but you're going to get this great idea because it's Ace of Pentacles. And it's most likely, and look at all of this. It's all just like shimmering. It's definitely, I'm hearing the Ascended Masters are so excited, and so are your guides. They're like, I can hear like clapping and cheering and applauding and like the roar of a crowd right now. So you're gonna get this great idea. It's almost like a business idea. Again, like some of you might be creating communities, you might be writing books, you might be creating YouTube channels, creating tarot cards, creating oracle decks, creating churches. I have no idea. Volunteering somewhere. Creating, I'm hearing, actually some of you are going to be creating a travel company that does these special travel packages that takes people to different places in the world where they can have past life regression experiences based on where they've had past lives, and you have the ability to take them through a past life regression. So you'll be traveling all over the world. Like people will go to Istanbul, and then you'll go to Cairo, and then you'll go to Athens, and then you might be in Chicago, and then you might be in like Rio de Janeiro, and like all different places. And people want these spiritual experiences because it's part of what's ever healing a wound from their past life. And you have the ability to take them through this past life regression. That's actually kind of cool. I just channeled that. That's actually a really cool business thing. And you'll write books about it too. Wow, that's amazing. Because you're going to be building it with somebody. This is going to be your other half. It's Three of Pentacles. You're going to be building this business model with somebody. I think if you're the Emperor, it's with the Empress. If it's the Empress, it's with the Emperor. If you're not going to be in a partnership, it's going to be with that Knight of Pentacles and then Knight of Swords. Or the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords. It's going to be the two people who really understand each other spiritually. But you're going to be building quite a business model based off this idea that you have. And it's going to be given to you. The way that just was given to me. And you're not going to be afraid of it. Because the moon's upside down. You're going to totally go with your intuition and your gut on it. You're going to be like, there's no fear here. This is fabulous. Because it's part of your life purpose. It's the Hierophant. So this is part of your life purpose. Oh, you are purpose. If you go within, you find your life purpose, which is being the oracle. bridging the spiritual world to the earth world. So it's part of your life purpose. But you see that there's two people here? So it's two things. For some of you, it's part of your life purpose, and it's also part of being committed and married to the person. So some of you are going to actually be married to the person doing this, and some of you are just, it's just a business partner because it's part of your life purpose. So it's going to be different for different groups of you. No matter what, it's part of your life purpose and part of a big business plan. And then for others of you, you're also going to be married to the person and do this. So it's going to differ. It's going to differ for both of you in pile 3. But whatever it is, it's fabulous. And I'm excited for you. And please, will you just leave a comment and just let me know if you were part of pile 3, because I think pile 3 is pretty exciting. And I'm covered in the chills. I've been covered in chills the whole time. I just was tired of saying I'm in the chills. And they gave me names of people who were part of pile 3. So I'm happy to let you know if you were one of the names that I heard. It was not like they didn't give me everybody's world's name, but I definitely heard certain names. So I'm also happy to let you know if you happen to have been, if you said, oh, I was part of pile 3 and it resonated with me, I'll also let you know if you were one of the names I had heard, because they told me lots of names. And so I wish you a beautiful evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. Thank you again for liking, subscribing, and sharing. I am extremely grateful, and thank you for buying a coffee, and I'll talk to you soon.